Aloha and welcome to Moonscopes, Astro Highlights. This is a special astrology forecast for Aries and is most relevant for you if you have either a Sun, Moon, Ascendant in Aries, but also will have some relevance if one of your personal planets, Mars, Mercury, or Venus, is in the sign of Aries. This is a general forecast and will give you a feel for the ebb and flow of planetary energies for everyone at this time, though Aries is especially highlighted. The new year for Aries begins on the Aries new moon each year. This year, your new year begins on April 10th, 2013, and ends with the Aries new moon on March 31st, 2014. I'm your host, KG Stiles. This episode of Moonscope's Astro Highlights is sponsored by PurePlantEssentials.com, organic aromatherapy, and HealthMasterySystems.com, holistic products and services for body, mind, and soul. I've posted the complete transcript of today's show, including the important dates and astro highlights for you to be aware of on my website at kgstyles.com. A direct link to the Moonscope's Astro Highlights archive appears below this video. Thank you to everyone for your comments and letting me know how things are going for you. I really love knowing how you're experiencing things during the highlighted dates given in my readings in your own personal life. Please post your comments and any questions that you feel might benefit others as well as yourself below this video, and I'll respond. I'd also love to know what length of video you like most and how often you'd like me to post videos. If you like more frequent and shorter videos, let me know. If there is enough interest shown for this special Astro Highlights forecast video for Aries, I will post one for Taurus next month. So be sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and share with your friends to let me know you'd like more videos like this one. So let's begin this general forecast of astrology highlights for you, Aries. Your ruler, the planet Mars, is moving direct during much of the time period of this reading. So generally, you should feel steady forward movement and feel you can take action on your desires. Also, the planet Uranus, the awakener, the higher octave of Mars, is moving forward at the start of 2013 until July 17, 2013, when it moves retrograde at 10:20 a.m. Pacific at 12 degrees Aries. Generally, those with Aries Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or personal planets get a tremendous boost during this time for revolutionary change and opportunities for freedom to express your originality and take innovative action and opportunities to take innovative action abound. Especially for those of you with Aries planets between 5 and 17 to 19 degrees of Aries are feeling this effect of Uranus the most strongly during this time period. On March 20th at 4:02 a.m. Pacific, the Sun enters Aries, crossing the vernal equinox, when day and night are in perfect balance. Spring has arrived in the northern hemisphere and autumn has begun in the southern hemisphere. All of your personal planets, Mars, Mercury, and Venus, have moved out of or are moving out of Pisces over the next few weeks. On April 10th, we have the Aries new moon. The new moon of a zodiac sign is its astrological new year, when a new planetary cycle begins. The Aries new moon will be conjunct the Sun, Mars, and Venus at 20 degrees Aries. The Aries new moon is in the Aries new moon is in a loose and auspicious sextile to Jupiter, the new moon, and the new moon. There may have been a tremendous resolution in letting go preceding this new moon, and now everything in your life is moving forward and the pace of your life begins to accelerate. The new moon is always an excellent time to set your intentions and make plans for taking action. The Aries new moon is one of the best for starting new ventures, especially in the area of your life where the Aries new moon is located. I'll be posting an Aries new moon ritual on my website, so subscribe to my blog if you haven't already to get notice when it posts. On April 12th, Pluto stations retrograde at 11 degrees Capricorn, and the pressure eases in this area of your life where Pluto is located, and you'll be reviewing just how far you've come and consolidating your forces of renewal in this area of your life. As the planet Uranus is direct, these two planets are set to collide in a dynamic square aspect very soon now. Since Pluto in Capricorn represents big corporations and government institutions, Pluto's retrograde motion could be a period of introspection and possible disruption or loss of momentum for making outward change, and rather looking internally to make necessary changes. I think reticence and review of the old structures in our personal and collective lives at this time is a very good thing. Starting with the Aries new moon, if not at the time of the Libra full moon on March 27th, when the full moon opposed the planets Uranus, the awakener, Mars, the planet of action and the ruler of Aries, Venus, the planet of love, and the Sun, your essential self, squared to Pluto, the transformer, you may have had intimations about the imminent change unfolding for you now that will put you more firmly on your path to fulfillment in this life. At the time of the Libra full moon, there was explosive potential for tremendous release of tension for you, dear Aries, on both a personal and collective level. Breakthrough opportunities to revolutionize your life were available to you. Taking charge of your life and freedom of expression as an individual were highlighted. On April 25th, there's a lunar eclipse, full moon in Scorpio at 5 degrees Scorpio. Mars, the ruler of Aries, is also a ruler of Scorpio. As such, this lunar eclipse promises to have a tremendous impact on the sign of Aries. Those with Sun, Moon, and Ascendant in Aries will feel this lunar eclipse strongly. This Scorpio lunar eclipse full moon is conjunct Saturn, giving form and structure through focus and intentional effort, and trine to Neptune, giving structure to your spiritual ideals. The Scorpio lunar eclipse is sextile Pluto, helping you to transform old structures, opposed to Mars, which indicates a forceful illumination driving you to take action and give form to a new structure. This is a powerful eclipse because of its aspects to all of these planets and will probably have far-reaching ramifications, and because the aspects are supportive and illuminating, indicate that things will work out for you better than you can imagine, both personally and collectively. This is the first of the 3 eclipses occurring over the next 4 weeks. At this time, the Sun, Mars, and Venus are in Taurus and making nice aspects to Pluto and Neptune, helping you transform and realize your dreams, and opposing Saturn, which brings illumination for how to restructure things in your life so they are more viable and create stability and success in your life. On May 9th, there's a solar eclipse, new moon in Taurus at 19 degrees at 5:28 p.m. The moon will eclipse the Sun, Mercury, and Mars, and is in a loose trine to Pluto. Lots of energy is being released to take action, communicate, connect in new ways, and transform, heal, especially related to the physical body and Mother Earth. Venus moves into Gemini today. It's a very high energy electric day. This day is historically celebrated as Ascension Day, the day when Jesus' body ascended into heaven. I think this is a rather symbolic portent of the potential for change that's being heralded in to your life at this time. On May 20th, we have an exact square between the planets Pluto and Uranus. This is an ongoing aspect representing conflict between 2 heavy hitters in the cardinal signs of Capricorn, ruled by Saturn, and Aries, ruled by Mars. The square between Pluto and Uranus brings revolutionary change to the old established order and collective structures in society like big business and government. A resurgence of the human spirit for freedom of expression and individual rights are highlighted during this time. During this time also, and into June, the Sun is in Gemini with Mercury, Venus, Jupiter, and Mars. All these planets sextile Uranus, and many of your personal planets in Aries. So from the lunar eclipse through June 20th, will be an excellent time to move forward and take action. You should see steady progress during this time, and the universe supports you to enjoy life. It could be intense, though, as during this time we have the exact square between the planet Uranus and Pluto. On May 24th, there's a lunar eclipse full moon at 4 degrees Sagittarius. The Sagittarius full moon will trine the sign of Aries. So if you have your sun, moon, ascendant, or any personal planets in Aries, you will feel harmonious and beneficial effects from this Sagittarius full moon, especially if you have planets in Aries between 0 degrees and 11 degrees of Aries. This full moon is opposing Mars, so there can feel a struggle about understanding something, a tug and pull between your lower and higher minds, with a consequent illumination and resolution of the tension of these opposites. Mercury is conjunct Venus at this lunar eclipse, so there's a softening of the lower chatty mind to be more gentle, open, and loving, which helps you find resolution of any dilemmas you may be faced with. On June 8, there's a new moon in Gemini at 8:56 a.m. Pacific at 18 degrees Gemini. The Gemini new moon brings fresh energy for new ideas to flow at this time. However, the day before, on June 7th, Mercury, ruler of Gemini, now at 11 degrees Cancer, squares Uranus at 11 degrees Aries and forms a T-square between these three planets, Mercury, Uranus, and Pluto in cardinal signs. There's need for negotiating between communicating and expressing our emotional needs, Mercury in Cancer, our individual freedom and rights, Uranus in Aries, and the established order, Pluto in Capricorn. Somehow the differences represented symbolically by these planets needs to be addressed and common ground negotiated and established so forward movement can occur. This is a slow process and a theme that will repeat itself as each of your personal planets and the Sun transit through Cancer this summer. On June 25th at 6:40 p.m. Pacific, Jupiter ingresses into Cancer, where it is exalted. For the past year, Jupiter's station in Gemini has brought those with planets in Aries many gifts and opportunities for expansion. Much of the time when Jupiter was in Gemini, it was in a wide sextile to Uranus, helping to awaken you to new opportunities and possibilities for your life. You may have felt more innovative and broken free of old ways of thinking and previously held you back. On June 26, Mercury stations retrograde at 23 degrees Cancer at 6:08 a.m. This is Mercury's second of 3 retrograde phases during this cycle of time. You'll be reviewing your attitudes and patterns of thinking in this area of your life. Cancer is a feminine water sign and rules the moon. So this is a time to be in touch with your deepest emotional needs. Cancer is a cardinal sign and square to Aries. Water tends to dampen Aries, ruled by fiery Mars. It's time to slow down. It will be a great time to take up swimming or an aerobic activity for you Aries. Embrace the more watery and passionate aspects of your being, commune with and be in acceptance of your emotions. On July 20th, Mercury stations direct at 13 degrees Cancer. Your review of this area of your life is ended, and thankfully the T-square between Mercury, Uranus, and Pluto that occurred earlier in June is not exactly revisited. On August 6th, there's a Leo new moon at 2:51 p.m. Pacific at 14 degrees Leo. The Leo new moon is trine to Aries and brings fresh new energies that recharge Aries and boost your self-esteem. Your sense of drive and ambition is renewed. During this period of time when the Sun is in Leo, trine Aries, Sun, or other personal planets, you feel good and life flows more smoothly. Your personal planets, Mercury, Mars, and Venus, have now begun to spread out on the zodiacal wheel and no longer traveling as a concentrated stellium of planets as they were earlier this year. So there may not be such a constant and steady flow of energy for you as earlier this year. Then on October 18th at 4:38 p.m. Pacific, we have a lunar eclipse full moon at 25 degrees Aries, square to Jupiter and trine Venus, and in a loose conjunction to Uranus, square to Pluto. This lunar eclipse packs a punch and gets things moving for you Aries. It's time to celebrate your accomplishments and release any old baggage that may prevent your forward momentum. With the square to Jupiter, things can easily feel over the top and exaggerated though the trine to Venus and Leo softens and smooths the potential rough edges represented by Uranus square to Pluto. On October 21st, Mercury stations retrograde for its third and final time at 18 degrees Scorpio. This year, Mercury's retrogrades are all in water signs. You will review and refresh your way of thinking and attitudes in this area of your life. During its retrograde phase, and then again after its station direct, this planet station direct, the planet Mercury, the communicator, will make harmonious trine aspects to Jupiter, the planet of good fortune, and in Cancer, sextile Pluto, the transformer, in Capricorn, and conjunct Saturn in Scorpio, bringing structures to new ideas. I think this final Mercury retrograde phase during this cycle of time promises to be a very productive Mercury retrograde phase for all the zodiac signs, and especially for Aries, as its ruler Mars is the co-ruler of Scorpio. On November 3rd at 4:50 a.m. Pacific, we have a solar eclipse, new moon at 11 degrees Scorpio, conjunct Saturn, the planet that brings stability and structure through hard work, and in a grand water trine with Jupiter, the planet of good fortune, in Cancer, and trine to Chiron, the wounded healer, in Pisces. The Scorpio new moon is also sextile to Mars, ruler of Aries, the planet of drive and action, in Virgo, and sextile to Pluto, the transformer, in Capricorn. Mars, the ruler of Aries, is the old ruler of Scorpio, so this solar eclipse will have a profound impact on those with planets in Aries. This is a beautiful new moon and wonderfully supportive for healing and bringing stability. On December 7th, Mars moves into Libra through July 26, as it stations retrograde on March 1st, 2014. So Mars, Aries' ruling planet, will be in Libra for 8 months. On December 17th, there's a full moon in Gemini at 1:28 a.m. at 25 degrees. On this day, Uranus stations direct, and things will really start getting going for Aries again. Things could have felt slowed down and with some feeling of frustration to take action and move forward since Uranus retrograde mid-July. But things will pick up pace now, especially with the Gemini full moon bestowing some opportunities to manifest your dreams as it is trine to the planet Neptune. The Gemini new moon is also square to Mars, so there may be a release of some feeling of conflict within yourself with someone else at this time. On December 25th, Christmas Day, Mars at 8 degrees Libra will oppose Uranus at 8 degrees Aries. An illumination in these areas of your life reveals something that will help you to break through an obstacle or an old struggle can be resolved now. Tremendous release of tension is indicated. Then on December 30th, Mars will square Pluto. The planet Mercury is conjunct Pluto at this time. Will conflict comes to the surface. Something occurs to release the conflict, and much can be revealed and discussed at this time to resolve matters. A good clearing of old issues can result now, both on personal and collective levels. North Node, head of the Dragon, enters Libra on February 6, 2014. Your attention and where you need to focus shifts from Scorpio, where the North Node has been located for the past 18 months, to Libra, where the North Node will transit for the next 18 months. This means the South Node moves into Aries. The South Node denotes where you have come from and what you have learned in the past, and represents that which is easiest for you to understand and to do. It can represent your past actions and habits acquired from the past and your previous actions. It can be challenging to disrupt old patterns and ways of doing things, and this is your challenge now if you are to create peace in your personal life and in the world. On March 1st, Mars stations retrograde at 27 degrees Libra, representing a time to review this area of your life. Libra is about balance and creating harmony in your relationships within yourself and with others. Mars is in its detriment in Libra, which can be a good thing, as it will be less aggressive and its forceful energy somewhat muted. On April 15th, we have a lunar eclipse full moon in Libra at 25 degrees Libra at 12:45 a.m. Pacific. The full moon is loosely conjunct Mercury, the communicator, which is conjunct Uranus, the awakener. The Sun, your essential self, is conjunct Mars, the planet of drive and ambition, and square to Jupiter, the planet of good fortune. Pluto, the transformer, has just stationed retrograde on April 14th, adding some intensity to this lunar eclipse. So we have a grand cross in cardinal signs involving Jupiter, the planet of good fortune, which is in a loose trine to Venus, the planet of love, conjunct Neptune, the planet of spiritual love and healing. In Pisces, there's some good love vibes and beneficent energies available to help with the resolution of tensions being exposed at this time. I see this as a big crisis point when ensuing shock and resulting chaos can reveal tremendous opportunity for moving forward into a new age of enlightenment. That's the potential for you to choose anyway. On April 25th, Mars at 13 degrees Libra exactly opposes Uranus, the awakener, at 13 degrees Aries, and squares Pluto, the transformer, at 13 degrees Aries, and Jupiter, the planet of fortune, at 14 degrees Cancer. The grand cross in cardinal signs has become exact by degree. We're at a major intersection and everyone wants to take charge and be the leader. Something has to give. Who entered the intersection first and who will give the right of way? It can feel like a stalemate, and there's potential for a dramatic change available now. My feeling is that Jupiter, since it's exalted in Cancer, will hold sway in bringing resolution. And its station in Cancer, which is about our deepest emotional needs, security issues, issues around Mother Earth, the environment, could surface, and we could find some real resolution at this time around these key issues for the planet. Then on April 29th, we have a solar eclipse new moon in Taurus at 8 degrees Taurus at 11 o'clock p.m. Pacific. Mercury, the communicator, is conjunct Taurus, the Taurus new moon, which is sextile to Neptune, the planet of spiritual love and healing, and trine Pluto, the transformer. Taurus is an earth sign ruled by Venus, and the harmonious alignment to Neptune and Pluto seems to suggest a harmonious and peaceful resolution for realizing dreams and transforming situations on the earth and for mankind. Well, those are a few of the highlights I'm seeing for Aries that profoundly impact you and all of our personal and collective lives. If you'd like to know more about how these planetary cycles may be affecting you personally and opening you up to new opportunities and possibilities, please contact me for a chart consult. You can book a session for as short as 15 minutes, and first-time clients receive a 10% discount. Click on the link below this video to learn more. Thank you for joining me for this special astrology highlights forecast for Aries. Please leave your comments and questions for me. Wishing you success and happiness, I'm your host, KG Stiles.